Simon Sinek's Start with Why begins with a simple yet profound question. Why do some individuals and organizations inspire action while others struggle to connect? The answer, Sinek explains, lies in understanding and embracing what he calls the golden circle. This model, consisting of three concentric rings, why, how, and what, serves as the foundation for achieving meaningful success. At the center of the golden circle is why, the core purpose or belief that drives you. Most people and organizations know what they do, such as selling a product or providing a service. Some even know how they do it, such as their unique processes or values. But few truly understand their why. The why represents your reason for existence beyond profits or goals. Sinek argues that starting with why creates a sense of purpose that inspires trust, loyalty, and action. To illustrate, Sinek uses the story of Apple, a company that revolutionized technology by consistently starting with why. Apple's why is rooted in challenging the status quo and empowering creativity through user-friendly technology. This belief resonates deeply with customers, who feel connected to Apple's purpose, not just its products. Whether it's the iPhone, MacBook, or iPad, Apple's success stems from its ability to communicate and embody its why. The second layer of the golden circle is how, the unique values, principles, or processes that bring your why to life. For example, Apple achieves its mission through innovative design and a relentless focus on user experience. While many competitors copy Apple's products, they often fail to capture the same emotional connection because they lack a clear why. The outermost layer of the golden circle is what, the tangible results of your work, such as the products you sell or the services you offer. The what is important, but insufficient on its own. Sinek warns that starting with what leads to transactional relationships, where people choose you based on price, convenience, or features. In contrast, starting with why builds emotional connections, fostering long-term loyalty. Sinek emphasizes that the golden circle applies to both individuals and organizations. Whether you're a teacher, entrepreneur, or non-profit leader, identifying your why gives you clarity and direction. He recounts the story of Martin Luther King Jr., whose "I Have a Dream" speech inspired millions. King didn't just outline what he wanted, equal rights for all, or how to achieve it through nonviolent protest. Instead, he focused on why, his belief in justice, freedom, and equality. By articulating this belief, King united people from diverse backgrounds to work toward a common goal. The golden circle reveals a universal truth: people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This principle explains why some leaders, brands, and movements captivate hearts and minds while others fade into obscurity. By starting with why, you can create a deeper connection with your audience, inspire action, and achieve lasting success. Simon Sinek builds on the golden circle by exploring how the brain processes decisions. He explains that understanding the biological basis of behavior reveals why starting with why is so effective. At the heart of this explanation is the limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for emotions, trust, and decision-making. The human brain consists of two primary parts, the neocortex and the limbic system. The neocortex, located in the outer layer of the brain, is responsible for rational thought, language, and analytical reasoning. It processes facts, figures, and details. The limbic system, deeper inside the brain, governs emotions, feelings, and instincts. Importantly, the limbic system has no capacity for language. This distinction explains why logical arguments alone often fail to inspire action. The neocortex may understand what you're saying, but decisions originate in the limbic system, which responds to emotional resonance and gut feelings. When someone connects with your why, they feel trust and loyalty, even if they can't articulate why. Sinek uses the example of purchasing a car. You might research various models, compare prices, and read reviews, all neocortex activities. However, the final decision to buy a particular car often comes down to how you feel about the brand, the salesperson, or the experience, factors governed by the limbic system. This is why brands like Tesla, which articulate a clear why centered on innovation and sustainability, inspire passionate loyalty among customers. The role of the limbic system also explains the power of trust in leadership. Sinek argues that great leaders don't rely solely on logic or incentives to motivate their teams. Instead, they inspire trust by embodying and communicating their why. When people trust their leaders, they are more willing to take risks, collaborate, and stay loyal, even during difficult times. To illustrate, Sinek recounts the story of the Wright brothers, pioneers of aviation. Unlike their competitor Samuel Langley, who had more funding and resources, the Wright brothers succeeded because they were driven by a clear why, their belief in the transformative power of flight. This belief inspired their team to persevere through setbacks, working tirelessly without the promise of financial gain or fame. In contrast, Langley's why was tied to external rewards, such as prestige and wealth. His team lacked the same sense of purpose, and when the Wright brothers achieved the first successful flight, Langley abandoned his efforts altogether. This story highlights a key lesson: people are inspired by purpose, not just plans or rewards. Sinek emphasizes that trust is built over time through consistent actions that align with your why. Leaders who say one thing but do another undermine trust, creating doubt and disengagement. Conversely, leaders who consistently act in service of their why create an environment where people feel valued, supported, and motivated. One striking example is Herb Kelleher, the co-founder of Southwest Airlines. Kelleher prioritized his employees' well-being, believing that happy employees would lead to happy customers. This commitment to his why, valuing people over profits, earned Southwest a reputation for exceptional service and employee loyalty. Even in tough economic times, Southwest maintained its culture of trust, proving that purpose-driven leadership is not only ethical, but also practical. Understanding the biology of decision-making underscores the importance of starting with why. By appealing to the limbic system, you can create emotional connections that drive trust, loyalty, and action. Whether you're leading a team, building a brand, or pursuing personal goals, aligning your actions with your why ensures lasting impact. While starting with why is transformative, it's not always easy. Simon Sinek acknowledges that many individuals and organizations struggle to articulate their why or to maintain it in the face of challenges. This part explores common obstacles and provides actionable strategies to overcome them. One of the first challenges is lack of clarity. Articulating your why requires deep self-reflection, which can feel daunting. Many people confuse their why with their what or how, mistaking goals or processes for purpose. For instance, a company might say their purpose is to sell the best shoes. But selling shoes is their what, not their why. Their why might be to empower people to move freely and confidently. The key is to dig deeper, asking why repeatedly until you uncover the core belief driving your actions. To illustrate, Sinek shares the story of Apple. Apple's why is not about making computers or phones. It's about challenging the status quo and empowering creativity through user-friendly technology. This clarity sets Apple apart from competitors and inspires a loyal following. Companies that lack this clarity often struggle to differentiate themselves, resorting to price wars or gimmicks, instead of building lasting connections. Another challenge is staying true to your why under pressure. External factors, such as financial struggles, market competition, or public criticism, can tempt organizations to compromise their values. Sinek warns that this short-term thinking undermines trust and long-term success. Consider the story of Starbucks. In its early days, Starbucks' why was about creating a third place between home and work, a welcoming environment where people could relax and connect. However, as the company expanded rapidly, it began prioritizing growth over its why. Stores became crowded and impersonal, and customer satisfaction declined. Recognizing this, CEO Howard Schultz returned to the company and refocused on its why. Starbucks closed hundreds of stores, retrained baristas, and revamped its customer experience. This commitment to purpose restored the company's reputation and profitability. Fear of failure is another barrier. Starting with why often involves taking risks and challenging the status quo, which can feel intimidating. Leaders may worry about alienating stakeholders or losing short-term gains. However, Sinek argues that the biggest risk is failing to inspire. Without a clear why, organizations become interchangeable, and individuals lose motivation. One example of overcoming fear is Martin Luther King Jr., whose why was grounded in his vision of equality, and justice. Despite threats and opposition, he stayed true to his purpose, inspiring millions with his "I Have a Dream" speech. Sinek emphasizes that clarity of purpose gives leaders the courage to persevere, even when the path is uncertain. Sustaining your why requires consistent communication. It's not enough to articulate your why once and assume everyone will remember it. Leaders must repeatedly reinforce their purpose through words and actions. This consistency builds trust and ensures alignment across teams. An example of effective communication is Tom's shoes. Tom's why is to improve lives through business, embodied in their one-for-one model. For every pair of shoes sold, a pair is donated to someone in need. Founder Blake Mycoskie consistently shares this message in interviews, speeches, and marketing campaigns, ensuring that customers and employees understand and connect with the company's purpose. Finally, starting with why requires patience and persistence. Purpose-driven success often takes longer to achieve than short-term gains. Sinek likens this to planting a tree. The roots take time to grow, but once established, they provide stability and nourishment for years to come. To maintain focus, Sinek advises using your why as a filter for decision-making. When faced with choices, ask, does this align with our purpose? For example, Patagonia's why is to save our home planet. This commitment guides everything they do, from sourcing sustainable materials to donating profits to environmental causes. By staying true to their why, Patagonia has built a loyal customer base and a strong brand reputation. Starting with why creates more than immediate results. It builds a foundation for lasting success and a meaningful legacy. In this part, we'll explore how organizations and individuals who align with their why not only achieve sustainable growth, but also leave an enduring impact on the world. Simon Sinek argues that purpose-driven organizations are inherently more resilient. They adapt to change and navigate uncertainty with a clear sense of direction. This resilience stems from the trust and loyalty built by consistently communicating and acting on their why. Customers, employees, and stakeholders rally behind such organizations, knowing they stand for something bigger than profits. Take the case of Southwest Airlines. From its inception, Southwest's why has been to democratize the skies by making air travel affordable and accessible to all. This purpose guided the company through economic downturns and industry challenges. By focusing on delivering value and fostering a people-first culture, Southwest built a reputation for reliability and care. Even in times of crisis, customers and employees remained loyal, ensuring the company's longevity. On an individual level, starting with why provides a sense of fulfillment that transcends traditional measures of success. While external achievements, wealth, accolades, promotions, can bring temporary satisfaction, they often leave people feeling empty if disconnected from purpose. Living and working with a clear why creates a deeper sense of meaning and contentment. Consider Oprah Winfrey, whose why is to unlock human potential. From her early career in journalism to building a media empire, Oprah's purpose has remained consistent. Whether through her talk show, book club, or philanthropic efforts, she has used her platform to inspire and empower others. Her legacy extends beyond her professional success, touching millions of lives worldwide. A compelling why also creates ripple effects, inspiring others to act with purpose. When leaders embody their why, they empower their teams to align with shared values. This creates a culture of collaboration, innovation, and trust. Employees feel a sense of belonging and motivation, leading to higher engagement and performance. One striking example is Tesla. Elon Musk's why, to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, drives Tesla's mission. This clear and ambitious purpose attracts top talent, fosters groundbreaking innovations, and resonates with environmentally conscious customers. Tesla's impact extends beyond selling cars. It's transforming the auto industry and inspiring global efforts toward sustainability. Starting with why also paves the way for leaving a meaningful legacy. Legacy is not just about achievements, but about the values and principles that endure. It's about creating something that continues to inspire and benefit others, even after we're gone. Simon Sinek points to companies like Disney as examples of lasting legacies. Walt Disney's why was to make people happy, through storytelling and imagination. Decades after his death, this purpose still guides Disney's creations, from theme parks to movies. By staying true to its why, Disney has remained a beloved brand across generations. On a broader scale, starting with why contributes to societal progress. Purpose-driven individuals and organizations address pressing issues, challenge the status quo, and inspire collective action. Whether it's advocating for social justice, combating climate change, or fostering education, a clear why drives meaningful change. One modern example is Malala Yousafzai, whose why is to ensure every girl has the right to education. Despite facing immense challenges, Malala's unwavering commitment to her purpose has mobilized global support for education equality. Her story demonstrates the transformative power of aligning actions with a compelling why. Finally, starting with why creates a blueprint for others to follow. When we share our purpose and the journey it inspired, we encourage others to discover their own why. This ripple effect amplifies the impact of our efforts, creating a network of purpose-driven individuals and organizations working toward a better world. As Sinek concludes, the true measure of success is not wealth or power, but the ability to inspire. Starting with why ensures that we lead with intention, create meaningful connections, and leave a legacy that outlives us. By starting with why, we unlock the potential to create lasting success and impact. Whether in our personal lives, careers, or organizations, a clear purpose drives us to persevere, adapt, and inspire. The journey begins with one question. What's your why?